Welcome to PowerSchool, the new student information system that Pleasant Valley will be using this year. If you received a letter from Dr. Conrad like this, and you're not entirely sure how to create your parent guardian account, this video will be helpful. On the second page are two pieces of key information you will need. The first is the web address where you will create your account, and the second is the access ID and access password for each student you will be linking to your account. Clicking on the link will take you to this page. You will click on Create Account and then click on Create Account again, and you will create this information that will become your account. So it will be your first and last name, your email address, your username, and then whatever password that you create. Make sure that you keep this information somewhere because the district does not maintain this. From that letter that you received, you will need the ID and the password, and when you scroll down, you will enter them here. Notice that I am enrolling 3 students. I have 3 unique IDs and 3 unique passwords. You can link up to 7 students at one time and then click enter. If you make a mistake, as I have, the system will let you know, correct that mistake, and you will receive the congratulations acknowledgement that an email is being sent for you to verify your account. You have 24 hours from the time that you receive this email to click on this link to verify your account. Doing so will take you to this page where, congratulations, you now have an account that's been verified and you can enter your username and password. So you put that in here, you sign in, and you can now update your student's account and access their information. The district is asking that when you go into the account, which you will see here is the landing page, go into forms over here on the left. Um, but before you do that, I want to show you something. When you go into this forms, there is a cog over here. Clicking on that cog will allow you to enable parent notifications for the account. You can say yes or no, and you will put in an email address. You can also include other email addresses. So if there's another parent or guardian that you want to include, you can do that here. You separate them with a comma, you click save, and then you get an acknowledgement that you did that. If at any time you want to change that information, go down here to account preferences, and the screen will come up that you can change the primary email associated with this account. You can change the username and the password. It says select a language, but right now we only have English, but we're hoping to change that eventually. Click save, and that will take you back to the home page. And you will notice up here in the ribbon, there are as many tabs as there are students that you have linked to this account. Here are my 3 students. If I click on one of them, it will take me to, I can go into the forms page for that student, and notice that there is a link for an emergency contact. The district is requesting that you update this contact form. So if you click on that, it will take you to this screen. Enter to verify the email that's associated with the account, and then you can add contacts to the account. So, for example, I'm here as the generator of the account, but if I click add, I can put in another contact. I have to include their name, their relationship. I have to include a phone number, but when I click on phone number, I am able to indicate if text messaging is an option for this particular phone number. Click add, and then you come to the important part, which are the permissions. And this tells the district what information can be sent to whom and who has the authority to pick up this child from school. This is very important. So you need to answer these questions. Does this person live with the student? Are they an emergency contact? Do they have custody? Can they pick the child up from school? Can they receive mail about this child? The nice thing is that you can apply this particular contact to any student that you are linking to this account all at the same time, so you don't have to go in and do that for every student. Click Add, and that will bring you back to this screen. Make sure that you go in and give yourself the same permissions, because you'll notice as the creator of the account, I have data access, but I don't automatically have access to do anything else for the child. So click on that pencil, and that will allow you to make those changes and give all those permissions, which you can see I now have here. I have also added 2 other contacts who do not live with the student and do not have custody of the student, but I am allowing them to pick the child up from school in the case of an emergency where I cannot be reached and, the father cannot be reached. If you scroll down, then they will ask you, you will notice one thing: you can apply all contacts to all students. So instead of just one individual contact like we did before, you can apply all of these contact cards to all of the students linked here. You do need to indicate if anyone is associated actively with the military. And then if there is a court order or custody agreement, clicking yes will allow you to upload that document here. Click submit, and it will take you back to the form screen, and you can see that now my emergency contact form is submitted and updated. There are 2 other screens I'm going to show you that you may likely have to, do something with by the beginning of the school year, so I want you to see what they are. You click on enrollments, and those 2 screens are health information and permissions and agreements. The health information, the medical contacts are not required, but if there is an emergency and there is somebody in particular that you prefer that the school contact, you would put that information here. You are required to update the medical history, and if the student will be taking any medications at school, you wanna click Add a Row, and that will open up this screen here, or this window here, that will allow you to put that information into the system. You, of course, will have to follow all the other rules when you bring the medication to school, so that the medication indicates what's being taken and all those other things. And you can add more medications by adding other rows. If you have to submit an updated immunization record because the student requires other immunizations in this school year, you can upload that here. I blew this up. I know it's a little cloudy. I'm sorry for that, but you can see that they're asking for a specific nomenclature for the file. It needs to be last name underscore first name, and then you can submit that here. Click submit for the entire screen. And then the other one I wanted to show you were the permissions and agreements. The one is for the student handbook. You can read it here by this link and then click that you understand and have reviewed it with your student. The use of technology, that handbook is here, and either you agree or do not agree, giving permission for your student to use the technology provided by the school district. You scroll down and you check that you are accepting responsibility or not accepting responsibility for the device. And then there are some other permissions that you can give or decline. One is permission to use their image. The other is to take a walking field trip. If the field trip is any longer, you will receive specific paperwork for that. And then for this screen, you will have to give an electronic signature by clicking in the consent box and then typing your name in this field. The date will auto-populate. Click submit. Um, and then those will be done also. If you have any questions, please contact your child's building at 570-402-1000. Um, and thank you. I hope you have a wonderful school year.